small but one day young fella. And when a solo man just like the king, he can all the points he won't make control. In good work now the world, don't do what you could have to be. If you not believe me, just go online. When you report and then you go not send a man among men. Very modest.
Punches from the power plant, punches from Anescoma. What kind of 101 can you give a man that absorbed punches for 2 years and still in the trenches, not in a comfort zone, to say yes, we can change the narrative in Sierra Leone? My brothers and sisters, is KKY in the house? Yeah. Is KKY in the house?
Now we can support for the of salon. It better catch my love, go enjoy now we all.
Welcome,
Time is
this distinguished citizen of the world, this patriot of Sierra Leone, this game changer, game player, and peacemaker of Sierra Leone. Put your hands together and let me present to you His Excellency Dr.
Thank you very much. Good evening all. We apologize for being late. We don't have a private plane. We got to the airport this morning at Columbus, Ohio, and we were told, sorry, your flight is cancelled. So we had to find all kinds of ways to make sure we don't disappoint our folks in DMV. We're very happy to be here. It's over a year since I came back to the States. As I have told people now, I get for 2 lines for visa. But I'm here. We are very happy to be here with you. Thank you. It is a thank you tour. We came to say thanks. To say thanks to all of you in your various ways. You inspired us. You gave us ideas. Some of you gave us cash. Some of you gave us all of that, and you came back down to Freetown to campaign and help us go into the countryside and all over the place to campaign, but also to get a good hand and a good feel for how politics, real politique, is played on election, during the electioneering process. I can't stop thanking you. So that's why we came. That's why we have this very difficult schedule. I spend one night in some places, a night, 2 nights, and then I'm off again. We've only done half. Now I still have to do Philadelphia, Boston, California, Atlanta, and Florida. So 5 more to go in 1 week. So there's some problem with the back already. Any chiropractors here? Any free chiropractor here to help me out? Maybe some people sabi use Bengay or something. But thank you very much. It's worth the pain. It's worth the time to touch base with you. Yes, the elections are over. We have learned our lessons, what we did well and what we didn't do well. We made some mistakes as well. I think we were too ambitious. We tried to cover 440 out of 446 local governments within 5 months. That's too much. But that was the ambition of all of you, NGC. We had to show that we were inclusive. We left no location out. But physically, operationally, that's tough to do in 5 months. We tried to cover 132 constituencies in 5 months. Tough. And we did some things nobody else did. We chose to pay the registration fees for all the councillors and MPs. No other party did that. Some parties sold their singles, $5,000, $10,000 and more. We followed your dictate that we should be inclusive. We should support the women candidates. We should support the young candidates. Good number of our candidates were below 30 or 40. We're below 40. So we try to be true to what we preached. It has a cost. And the analogy I give people is, you start a business, and the business expert tells you, when your business is mature, you should have 11,000 employees when your business is mature. So they're looking at 2-3 years. Well, imagine we started a business 5 months and we decided that we will hire 22,000 people to man our polling stations within 2 months. That was too much. But we had to do it because they say we have to show that we're inclusive, leave no constituency out. So yes, we could have focused a little bit more on the places we're strong. I used to argue with people. I say, I know some Democrats will not spend too much time at Utah, right? They'll go there once, but they'll go to New York 5 times. And they'll come to DC maybe 5 times too. But Utah, once. Yeah? Some Republicans will also go to Massachusetts maybe twice. But they'll spend more time in the red states, no? But we learned our lessons. We spread too far. There were some management issues. But the bottom line, there were things we couldn't control. We couldn't see what was happening, as Honorable Victoria said, with the RRS funds. They didn't see that coming at all. Some things you expect, integrity of the system. Integrity of the system, we overlooked that. But we couldn't have known. We couldn't have known. But anyway, the interesting thing is the first people to show that there were issues with the elections was SLPP, right? They did the first press conference. We did the second press conference. APC decided to do press conference just before the runoff. The runoff. Before that, they were happy. Then they came up with a long list. They confirmed even more the things we pointed out in the first round. The other evidence that something was wrong with the election is the following. There are about over 60 petitions of members of parliament positions. Over 60 petitions filed. If you have 132 members of parliament and you petition over 60, is it something wrong with the elections? Yeah. Over 50% was petitioned. 30 each by APC and SLPP, we did 8. We'll see what the justice system will do. We'll see what they will do. So I just wanted to give you an overview. We had a stakeholders meeting in Freetown. We were planning for 150 people. Some of our agents, executives around the country to come to Freetown, and we talk about what happened 2 months after the elections. We were surprised 350 people showed up. They said, now we meet you, they go, they say, I want to talk. And indeed, as people called it, Nabi blow mind session. Yeah, they blasted me too. For decisions they believe I was too slow in making. They blasted me also too much Western academic business and kind of too much. And I took the slap, especially the youth. They were frank with their observations. Some of the diasporans also sent in their observations of what we didn't do right. We should have spent more time protecting our votes. We should have spent more time protecting our votes. But we did not do so. Yes, I remember when I was here, July of 2015, before going to Sierra Leone in August, I had said we started a marathon, not a 100-meter dash. It's a long process, but you learn and you grow and you continue. And I believe we've learned a little bit. But you know, there were some things we did well, that nobody underestimate us again. I saw better diaspora participation than we've ever seen in elections. And I think we've learned. We've learned. I saw people volunteering, coming to that country. I can give you, for example, my own constituency. I was all over the country, and my constituency was left in the hands of my relatives. 4 diasporans, including my 2 nephews who were in Baltimore, and a brother of mine, plus 3-4 others. They came straight from London. The others, 4 of them, said, no, we're not staying in Freetown. We're going to Kitchen. And I said, what the heck are they going to do? I need them in Freetown. They said, no, doctor, would they go help you? And yes, they did. I give you a story, how difficult it is to manage systems in countries where institutions don't work. We had already allocated funds to pay for the polling agents, to give them their allowance and their feeding. This is my constituency now, right? We sent everything ahead of time. So I arrived the day before elections. I arrived there by boat 2:30 in the afternoon. I asked my folks, and all right? They said, doctor, everything will not take care of it, no worry. Everything is under control. So I said, okay, Lago, it's Lali done first. Woke up again after siesta, 4:30, I said, well, I'll meet back, I'll go through. Everything fine. Here's the shocker, okay? Two of my security decide to go, so who is from Kichom here, Moribaya? That's close to the Guinea border. It's a big constituency, 64,700 people, one of the biggest in the country. 7:30, the guy comes back on Okada, hey, doctor, will people they say they're not getting money for tomorrow for the polling agent? 7:30 in the evening. I say, not possible. And 2 minutes, doctor, he had the phone, like call the man for you. So I called the guy said, doctor, I don't get nothing now. And not only one, look the other number. By the time we checked, none of them had received it. 7:30 in the evening. So I gave you that story to tell you that these diaspora guys came to my house, they heard about it, rushed in. So what do? So typical Western operation now, Nairobi. Logistics planning. They volunteered themselves with my relatives to go to every location that night till 3 in the morning. So I just want to thank you. Many of you did things like that. Sao Bandi in the room. Sao did not come, right? He's on his way. I went to campaign in Kailam. Tired. Gone everywhere. In Daru, and don't feed me well. I don't begin sleep set. And who comes? Sao Bandi. Doctor, you have to go. So there were people like this that went inside. Abu Sako. I'm just naming a few, yeah? There are many. Donald from this area, Donald Roberts. Many people, women as well. I want to thank you. Now we know what to do. But we know we have to do it in advance. I want to thank you. No, Fini said been there, yes. And you said, Fini go Kaila, no, so now we will get small accident too. Yeah. Baraka. Baraka there? Yes. Baraka vex for me. We don't make plan all for day long, sir. Everything arranged. And they hold me in a cabia. So Baraka, I don't say you don't forgive me now, no, so. You don't forgive me. I beg pardon, sir. But his footprints were there. Yes, because the people were waiting even at 7 o'clock in the evening because of 2 weeks of work he did. So many, I just, forgive me if I don't call your name, I just want to give examples. But there were those warriors who were behind the scenes. Ideas and cash. You know, Sunday moments, the way you don't answer all day again. See some diaspora man boss. Doctor, how is it? You don't see the stress, don't they? Alright, doctor, this why not to the campaign money or this now for you fear. $1,000. Say, hey man. He said, no. And they go to the office and they go give them the money. This now you fear. Yes, there's some in this room. I see some of them smiling already. Because there were those moments. The best of the best was when we were stuck and we had to pay the candidature fees. We sat there. I was on top of the boat in Bath. I said, swallow, hey, you know, say next week we'll get for pay the people they pay the candidature fee. And I said, eat dog, not true. I said, I don't want to tell you almost so you go afraid. But let me tell you, there was a diaspora group of professionals. They had just formed themselves 3 weeks before. Some of my very good friends, all Sierra Leoneans, professionals. Behold, them in only put money for 1,000 to 2,000. So I called somebody, I said, man, we Choco, this I get for call Philadelphia, the DMV now. He said, no, don't worry. He said, our group is there. I said, really? He said, come on, Candy. He said, we're already at $20,000. I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He said, so what is the problem? You know, typical professional. I said, well, that's a drop in the bucket, but here's what we need. He said, okay, let me check with the group. Yeah, 48 hours later, $35,000 cash. Yeah, diaspora. They put it together. They called each other. And they came to the rescue. So there are many stories. Some of you supported projects. So today, you see, I'm just excited to tell you, we did things right. Did you see our rallies?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see our rallies?
Yes.
You know, a diplomat told me, he said, Dr. Yum Keller, don't worry, we don't believe your numbers in Freetown. We don't believe those numbers. We were there, we saw, not once, but 3 times in a year, what you guys did in this city. We know those were not your right numbers, but we can't change it. But it means we know how to mobilize. There's a young man called Ibrahim as well. You know Ibrahim KKY, when this guy saw me last week, he screamed, at last I've met you. People could not believe that there were young men and women in Sierra Leone and outside of Sierra Leone who never knew me. So we just read the profile. This man is old enough to be our dad, but that's the leadership we're looking for. Ibrahim, one small GoFundMe, over $20,000. Just like that. Well, so I'm just telling you, for those of you who are businessmen, you do a SWOT analysis after things like this. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We know our weaknesses now. We know our strengths. We know what we did right. And there are opportunities. Because the messages we were giving are resonating now. Now we been say, thief, do so. Yes. Now we get mind for right, but institutional leakages. I did that already 2016. And tell me, say, academic right is the right. You know, study local politics. One journalist on one of the TV programs said, Dr. you know, he was interviewing me about this article because it was published all over, institutionalized leakages. So I did go now, they explain institutionalized leakages. He said, but Dr. Yumkela, that's academic. Whoa. It really hit me. I said, what do you mean academic? Well, that's what people say. And indeed, one very prominent politician remains unnamed. Said, yeah, we don't deal with theoretical people who have no experience. And I know that the guy said, you know, they've said it already, Dr. Yumkela. So I said, okay, I left the English now. Institutionalized leakages means say they're the thief. Yes. Now, World Bank, UN, what they call them leakages in the system. No one call them thief. Yes, institutionalized means say they don't organize and like rackets. It is not so, yeah? Institutionalized, it is systematic. Draining the economy. Don't clean. Don't clean. So they dismissed me. Institutionalized leakages. They may say in Michigan State they teach. So I followed up. The following year, Emma Sin had just come out with the music Unku Boss Bamachi. With the dance and at home. Don't man use her for campaign. But he said something about ranker politicians. So when I say I sit on top, Okada, I say when I'm afraid ranker politician, not so. So I went back to doing what I do best. I'm a professional. So I wrote another one, Rankonomics. If you don't believe institutionalized leakages, well, I write Rankonomics for you. I say some of what is happening is a mirage. Your economy is dying. You should be asking deep questions. How come Liberia and Guinea economies did not collapse? They had Ebola too. They suffered depression, the commodity prices too. But ours collapsed. Why? So I call it Rankonomics. Yes. You mess it up, you bluff people and say all things correct. Yes, the old man go dance behind you with devil. But the basics are dead. So when I see people saying today, old team triangle, of course it's inherited. As an economist, I know. An economist